I too hate geese, so I could really lay one on there too. Yeah, they're bad on my yard. They're bad at the golf course. There's not much you can do about them. I don't like them, and if you have dogs, well, let us know. We'll take care of the geese here. Keep them, well, they run them around at least. That's about all. I want to look at several spots right now. You can see clear skies in Highland right now. There's spots where it's trying to clear up a little bit. Downtown, Arch Camera, not so much. For the most part, you can see updating in Richmond Heights. The sun is trying to come up, and you can see more of it here over the Amoco sign. Things are clear right now. Heat advisory in place now through this evening. You're going to continue to see heat index values between 100 to 105. And what you need to know is staying hydrated and taking breaks in the AC are going to be paramount today. We're going to see a break from when your AC is working 24/7 and when you're really hot and humid. It's hard to believe. Now, when we're this humid, our numbers come up overnight. They don't fall very much, and it's really not been terrible because our average low is 71. We've seen some days that are in the mid-70s, but we've had a couple of days where it's in 77 degrees. Now, yesterday was 72. This morning is about 10 degrees warmer. Our lows so far today, as it stands, would be a record warm low. I have a hard time believing that we're not going to see cooler conditions before midnight because of the way this front moves in. So I don't want to say this is going to be a record warm low, but if it stood this way, that would be the case. That's why we're seeing the heat alerts throughout the area. A heat advisory, extreme heat warning. More of this continues over the course of the next several hours. And like I said, there will be a sign from the smokestacks here as we look over the river that the wind has picked up. There's not much now, but it will shift for us as we see a mix of sun and clouds. And right now you can see the back edge of not only the clearing, drier air, but also that rain that had tracked for some of us. As it worked its way through the area, it has generally wanted to fall apart. I think that trend continues. But the back edge of where the cloud cover is continues, and we go from Montgomery County to Lincoln County. Here's where the back edge of the cloud cover is trying to work its way in. So it's really around Hannibal right now, and it's working its way into Pike County. And I think by the time I see you again at noon, as we'll see a few light showers right now, this clearing sky is going to work its way in. But Jerseyville, Otterville, right across the river here, 94 into Alton. That's also running its way into some lighter showers. And of course, I just showed you that camera where you're not really seeing evidence of rain. But temps are in the mid-80s. We continue to look at temps that have gone up to 83 degrees. And we still are going to hold steady at the moment. But here's where the cooler air is, right? This is not an incredibly cold air mass. The colder stuff is to the north. But that's going to settle in gradually throughout the day. So as this pushes through, a few showers aren't out of the question. More of that clears out very quickly. It heats up. But what you'll notice is we have that blue arrows, and that's really indicating the different north-northwest breeze. So we go from 91 at noon to about 94 by 4 o'clock. So that northwest breeze continues at about 10 to 15 miles an hour. The key for me is our dew points are in the mid to upper 70s. This is about as bad as it gets around here, and because of that, anywhere between 75 to 80, that's why it's an automatic sweat when you go outside. Do anything for 15 minutes or less, you're doing that. You see the windows fog up because of the AC. The key for us, and I think this is the number one thing that you're going to want to pay attention to, is the fact that our dew points are in the 60s and even 50s over the course of the next 3 days. So when you're talking about, doesn't matter what the temperature is in the afternoon, we go from here to here, and that is fall-like weather. I'm not going to say it's feeling like fall, but in comparison, it's going to feel unbelievable outside. So it doesn't really matter, all things considered. I think it's going to feel awesome outside. You'll notice that here with temperatures go from the upper 50s and low 60s in the morning, and we'll come up a little bit Friday morning, but I would expect over the next 3 mornings, your AC is going to be off for a good majority of the day. It may kick on in the afternoon. That's no problem. We understand that, but it will be very pleasant and lower humidity. The key, though, is because we've started to see that north breeze, we've also got our unhealthy for sensitive groups orange air quality this afternoon. I think that for a period of time, we go from the dew points in the mid-70s. Look where that wind shift line is. Areas to the north, that drier air is getting closer, and as it does so, it will bring in that north breeze that brings in also some pretty good wildfire smoke. You'll continue to see that thicken up this evening. So if, as the wind settles this evening, you start to smell wildfire smoke, that's going to be the case. It may linger for a little bit Wednesday morning before it tries to clear up. Here's where we are the next 10 days. I do think that we'll see a few light showers and maybe a rumble of thunder Thursday into Friday. That mainly is late and early, but we'll keep a close eye on it. But yeah, it's going to get hot again. There's no doubt about it. It's July into August here at this point, and it will get hot again. However, I think you're going to see things that are pretty active the next few days as conditions outside are, much cooler. And I think we can just look forward to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's going to be a lot different. It's going to feel pretty good. Then it gets hot and humid ahead, and that's kind of what we deal with. But for now, things are going to be improving, and that's where we are over the next few days.